even if it feels challenging, let me put my ego aside, take a deep breath, and see how this can help me, or speak with honesty and say, I'm not ready to have this conversation. It's too challenging for me right now.
Welcome to the Golden Age Goddess Podcast. We stand for peace, love, happiness, and abundance for all. Listen to your heart and soul's call, and we will encourage you to be bold, audacious, and devoted. Kim, Indigo, and Wind, helping you win by healing deep within. Only way to the Golden Age. Like, share, and subscribe today.
How can we allow ourselves to be open to others' perspectives while checking our ego and not like putting up a defense, which will block us from being able to receive?
Yeah, that's a good one. Really good.
I love that. What's coming up for me is coming from a place of neutrality and coming from a place of compassion. When somebody has, a truth that there's in their truth and you're in your truth, and also like seeing if this is inspiring me. For me, it's like I'll always sit and I'll sit with self when someone's coming at me with like, their truths, and I'll sit in stillness and I'll just say, how does this feel? How does this make me feel? Like, how does it challenge me? Is it going to make me better? And that's how I look at things now. Like, I don't really take things like defensive anymore, because if I know that that person is coming from love and has always respected me and honored me and cared for me in our journey, I always sit back and I just say, now, you know what? Even if it feels challenging, let me put my ego aside, take a deep breath, and see how this can help me, or speak with honesty and say, I'm not ready to have this conversation. It's too challenging for me right now.
Yeah, that's beautiful too. And then somebody who loves you, they'll respect that as well and say, I get it. Like, we can visit this later, once you're able to, like, kind of like simmer down the triggers, right?
Yeah, simmer down the triggers. And that's what has helped me in my journey now, that I'm continuing to grow and just go deeper. It's like, what do I want to experience? What do I want to allow in my energy field? Am I ready to being brutally honest with yourself? Are you ready to take it to the next level? And it's okay if you're not ready. Yeah. And like I said, again, having that unwavering compassion, calling in that Kuan Yin to help you through it, and that ascended master of the highest level of love and light. That's what I've been doing lately, and that's what's been helping me.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so do you mind if I go, Indigo?
Of course, goddess. What the heck?
Okay, just want to make sure. Just want to keep the energy feeling very fluid and flowy. So shadow work. Boom. Go back and watch our previous video. I think it was the one we did, right before this. Yeah, shadow work. We touched on so many great points. If you want to get to a place where you can consciously communicate and express your truths without taking everything, being on the offense or being on the defensive, either way, it can be very extreme and it can be very imbalanced, and it can just really prevent that harmony that our soul and our hearts are really seeking. Please do the shadow work. Please self-reflect. Please sit with yourself. That is so, so important. And again, you can do this in every single moment of every single day. As soon as the ego comes up, as soon as those triggers come up. And I will be clear too, not everything is a trigger. Some things are. Again, triggers are projections, or when we're, taking everything, we're being on the defense, we're taking everything personally, we're being reactive. But some things don't resonate. And even then, either way, am I able to still be in my truth without feeling kind of discombobulated, where I'm just all over the place and I feel like I'm about to implode from the inside out and like lose, now we're going down the downward spiral. For what? When all we have to do is learn to respond. And even if something doesn't resonate with us and something doesn't feel good with us, we can sit with it and again, always have that purity of heart and soul to seek harmony. I think that's just what's so important for human beings. They're lacking that harmony. It's always this versus that. And what I've been realizing too, through my years of just, growing and learning to be my truest authentic self, is that when I hear people talk, there's a lot of truth in what both people are saying or both sides are saying. But a lot of times when the ego's running amok, it becomes a versus battle. And it's not that. It's like, can we take what resonates from both sides and then, bring it together to find unity? And I think that, again, goes back to that self-awareness. So shadow work, shadow work, shadow work. The more you do that, the more you'll have the capacity to have a mature conversation and to recognize, again, the intentions, not only that you have, the intentions of the other person, because that will be able to help you navigate. I mean, there's just so many elements to it. It's intuitive intelligence, it's discernment, it's self-awareness to be able to navigate the conversation in a very healthy and mature and loving manner. So that's what I'll say.
Yes, I love that. I love what both of you said. Like, literally just summed it up very well for me. Like, being able to be so aware of yourself to say, it's not the time to have the conversation, to say, you know what, I maybe need a little moment to sit on this and reflect on it a little further. Mm-hmm. And to be able to do that in a way that is respectful and compassionate of the other person, because for the other person to even be able to reflect you and say, hey, I see this in you, and it may not be something, like I said, it could be a blind spot and you may have not noticed it for yourself. And you may need to go back and see how you've been showing up in that way. And like you said, when shadow work, that's a part of the shadow work, going in and allowing it to run through your veins and see how that feels and be able to be truthful with yourself. Like, well, I probably do this. Now, how do I do this? How has this been showing up? Okay, thank the person. Be grateful that they are even along with you on this journey, because they could have not said anything, And
exactly.
Right?
Come on.
Yeah, and that could have been them not being truthful within themselves.
Hello? It's like, it's like it's a win-win for all if we could just get our egos out the way, right?
Yes.
That's true.
And when we become more familiar with how the ego shows up, how it feels when it, trying to come up and defend or not even just defend, but just like, it's like a defense mechanism, but like it may come up in subtle ways that you might not notice. The shadow work is what allows us to be able to realize our ego, our parts of ourselves, and where we're coming from, like even the wounded inner child and things like that. Mm-hmm. To be able to have a perspective and to put that aside, put the ego to the side and say, okay, I know that both of us want to come to a place of harmony. How can we do this? And being able to ask the correct questions in the moment if it's something that you don't understand. And, being able to ask the questions in a way that is loving and not from a place of a defensive place. Oh, so you say that I'm this, but more like, oh,
right.
Exactly. How have I shown up in this way? What can I do to, do you have any suggestions on how I can navigate this or whatever, but I think that the dialogue, how we talk or converse in a harmonious way, is also very important.
Bingo. Yes. It's so true. The demeanor, the tone of voice, you know, we that's important. Like, we don't want to be condescending
Yes.
or talking down to people, even if we're in our tree. That's why it's so that shadow work is key. That's the only way to get there, because otherwise your emotions are going to be running amok. And I love what Kim said and what you said. Yes, even if the emotions are running amok, please take the time to go sit with self.
Mhm.
So it doesn't turn, we don't turn a mountain into a, you know, a molehill into a mountain, so to speak. You know?
Mhm.
Yes. Thank you, love.
Yes,
Love
thank
that.
you. Loved it.
Yes.
Welcome to the Golden Age Goddess Podcast. We stand for peace, love, happiness, and abundance for all. Listen to your heart and soul's call, and we will encourage you to be bold, audacious, and devoted. Kim, Indigo, and Wind, helping you win by healing deep within. Only way to the Golden Age. Like, share, and subscribe today.